Cousins underneath.
Every decision in a football game matters, and today I'm going to show you why. I watched the Buccaneers on Thursday night choke away a game in which they had a 14-point lead. And it all happened because of some of the worst clock and game management I have ever seen. Some of the dumbest coaching decisions in the history of the game. Well, since last year and Matt Eberflus on Thanksgiving.
You better hurry. Oh, no. This is
no. If the Buccaneers missed the playoffs, this will be the reason that Todd Bowles loses his job as a head coach. And I'm about to show you the type of decisions that simply cannot happen on the NFL level by head coaches who are paid millions and millions of dollars per year to win games. But first, if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel, that would be great. Second, if you want to support this show, today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Yes, you can play Phillip Rivers in your lineup like I have done. And holy shit, yes, Phillip Rivers is... His headshot is actually Joe Biden in the Prize Picks app. If that doesn't convince you to sign up with my code TGS, nothing will. Play against the 44-year-old man if you desire. I choose to play with him and believe in miracles. Rivers, do not let me down. I appreciate all of the support this season and only want you playing if you can do it responsibly and have the means to do so. Now, this will be in winners and losers on Tuesday morning, but the Buccaneers are 100% this week's winning bedshitters. It's rare to earn that esteeming pile of an award on the first game of the week. This is a team in the playoff hunt that has lost 6 of the last 8. So, how hard did the Buccaneers shat the bed? Well, the Falcons became the first team in NFL history to win a game where they had at least 14 or more penalties than their opponent and faced a deficit of at least 14 points. Now, that sounds like an obscure and cherry-picked stat, but that's because it takes a special level of ineptitude to even put that into a stat finder's brain. The Falcons had 19 penalties and the Bucs still lost. Now, the Buccaneers shat the bed so profusely, the loss sent the mild-mannered Todd Bowles into a profanity-riddled tailspin after the game.
You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. It gotta fucking mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your fucking livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that shit. It was in the fucking excusable, and there's no fucking answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the fucking mirror.
The irony is, you need to fucking want that shit in order to not shit the bed.
Me and Payne have a relationship not many people know about, and we're secret lovers.
I think Todd Bowles may have specifically been referring to this play here where the Buccaneers hit Darnell Mooney, knocked the ball loose, and somehow did not recover the ball.
You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts.
I see like 6 Buccaneers, and only Mooney ends up with it? That's a great time to remind everyone that football, that damn little football, is the dumbest shaped little bastard on earth. A recovery there changes the game for Tampa, okay? Instead, Kyle Pitts scores a controversial touchdown. Was his elbow out at the same time as his butt? It's as close as an ass hair itself. Here's where I start to get perplexed, though. The Bucs stop the 2-point conversion and hold on to a 2-point lead and still lose the game because of terrible end-of-game management. This is where Todd Bowles should be kicking himself. It's 2nd and 14, and I get you need some yards here to get a first down, and if you get a first down, the game's over. But throwing right there saves Atlanta 20 seconds. You gotta run on 2nd down. If you're gonna throw it on 3rd if you desire after you get past the 2-minute warning. Yet the Buccaneers were so unorganized themselves, they wasted a timeout of their own. These guys really thought they were converting a 3rd and 14? Yeah, okay. Who do you think you are, Kirk Cousins and the Falcons on the drive coming up next?
You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts.
All that timeout got the Buccaneers was a sack, which was Better than an incompletion, I guess. The clock did stop at the 2-minute warning, but without any timeouts, Atlanta still had plenty of time to work with to get into field goal range, especially with a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Now, I understand there's hindsight here, but a good coach works the clock in that situation and calls the right plays. Bowles needs to make sure OC Josh Grizzard understands the situation. Tampa should have run on 2nd and 14, plain and simple. They should have run on 2nd and whatever the hell the yardage was. Not letting that clock get to 2 minutes when your opponent has 0 timeouts is a crime against football 101. It's cliche now, but an 8-year-old playing Madden understands that. The Buccaneers defense did show some promise, though. They actually strip-sacked Kirk Cousins. They came out of the pile with the football, too. Oh, no. Big Kirko appears to have had that pesky-shaped bastard little football bounce to him. A simultaneous recovery goes to the king of Cole's cash, okay? 2nd and 18 turns into 2nd and 28 with a holding penalty, and with an incompletion, that turns into 3rd and 28. Holy shit, did they just release themselves from the 28-3 curse? Have they rectified the 28-3 curse? It appears so, because remember, Atlanta, no timeouts remaining, and David Sills, who had an atrocious drop in the first half, made up for it with what I'm 50% sure is a catch to convert a 4th and 14. There probably should have been a review to confirm the catch there. Some of the most undisciplined shit, though, by the Bucs defense. The Buccaneers needed to make a stop there, yes, especially against a team that's already been eliminated from the playoffs. Todd Bowles, though, in his infinite wisdom, decided to save his 2 timeouts and let Atlanta dictate the end of the game with the kick. Todd could have given his team a chance, a snowball's chance, okay, but a chance with like 15 seconds left by using both of his timeouts at the end of the game. They would have been in an even better spot had they not blown their timeout on offense, right?
You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts.
Using the 2 they still had could have at the very least forced Atlanta to make a tough decision. Since they did not have any timeouts, they would have had to clock it on 3rd down for the field goal, which of course would have given the Buccaneers the ball back and at least a chance, or forced the Falcons to rush out onto the field and try and kick the ball on 4th down. Either way, Bowles does them a massive favor by inexplicably not calling a timeout. Like, I don't care how little time you have left when you get the ball back. Not giving your offense or your return team any chance there is stupid. It's unforgivable. So whoever the fuck is the Falcons kicker this week nailed the game winner. And the Falcons won. Hey, but at least you used one of those timeouts to try and ice the kicker, right? And poor Mike Evans battled back through injury for nothing. Here's the thing. It's not that there was one insanely bad decision or mistake by Todd Bowles managing the end of this game. It's the sequence of events and how they string together each decision that reflects poorly on his decision making. Yes, the players need to execute and get a stop on 3rd and 28 or 4th and 14, but as a head coach during the game, you have to be perfect managing the game every single quarter, because if you don't, you do not give your team an edge in that department and you are not doing your job correctly. And I think Todd Bowles gets more shit than he actually deserves overall. I think he's mostly a solid coach, but it's this type of in-game management that will get him fired in the NFL again, in my opinion. The only way he saves his red-hot, fiery ass, and it's on the hot seat, is, if the Buccaneers beat the Panthers in their remaining 2 matchups against each other in the final three weeks. As horrific as a choke job as this was, Tampa Bay still controls their own destiny in terms of getting into the playoffs. Beat Carolina twice, and maybe Mike Evans can smile again. Again, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. And make sure you come back Sunday for Broncos, Packers. Grassi and I will be streaming together for the GPS Bowl. It's gonna be crazy.